morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching from. You are welcome to the conversation with PD and friends. My name is Pastor Dolly. I have a very special guest in the studio. I'm going to be introducing her when we come back. But before we go, I want to introduce the topic we'll be talking about today. We are going to be talking about having relationship with our children, connecting with our children. Are there benefits? If there are benefits, then we will be examining the benefits of having relationship with our children, having connection with our children. Don't go away. Welcome back. My guest in the studio today, she's an educationist. She's an author. She wrote the book, The Right Way to Court. She's also a radio host in another station. So it is my pleasure to have with us today Mrs. Uche. Uche the Shine.
Oh my God, thank you, Pastor D.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you for all the accolades. I think I love this introduction.
Oh.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Always nice to have you.
Yeah.
Always nice. You know, both of us, we are connected. So we can really talk about connected to our children. And another thing I know about her, she's very connected to our children. Oh my God, she's very connected. I'm sure when we are done with the studio, she's going to pick up her phones and just see calls from her daughter. And even her son, I call her son mommy's boy because they always, you know, it is really an honor to have somebody who is in this thing to talk about this thing.
Yes.
So today, connecting with our children. How did you connect with your children, Mrs. Ushoya? Tell us.
I think even before I got married, okay, let me just say that I probably started from my parents because I was very close to my parents. I didn't know any other way. I just felt that your children are your offspring and they are just mini you, you know, the other of you. And it wasn't difficult for me to connect with them because that's all I've known all my life. My mom was my best friend before she died. We talk almost everything. Though I also have a friend that never experienced that, and it was strange to me. I could recall that I had a friend, and when she started menstruation, she came to me. I said, why are you coming to me? I'm also in the same shoes with you. Why didn't you talk to your mom? She said, no, she cannot. I said, why? She said, because her mom will think that she has started sleeping with men. I said, for menstruation, it is your mom that was supposed to have prepared you for that. So it means that out there are still some parents that are not connected to their children, that are struggling in relating with their children. And I will also not blame them all through, probably because that's also how they were raised, you know. So today we want to see actually the benefits of connecting with your children. So I'm going to come from my own side. I'm also going to see that there are also some people that are not connecting, not because they don't want to, but because they don't know how, and because that's what they know. You know, like I said in my own place, it was, for me, I think that's the only way I know. But to some people, that's also the only way they knew. They didn't know how to connect because they also did not connect with their parents. But the question is that how it should be? So here we are reaching out to you out there. If you are not connecting, that's the benefit of it and how to go about it. You know, first thing I always tell parents is, you know, like in our previous series, we are actually talking about children and children. First thing I always tell parents is, you see a child, you know, as a gift from you, irrespective of the circumstances you had that child. Because parents, we tend to put our blame on the offspring because of the circumstances that child was born. You know, some people never plan to have a child at that time, and probably the child just came. Some people feel that child was a mistake, which is not supposed to be. So there will always be reason why some things are happening. So some parents find it difficult to connect with their children because in the first place they don't see their child as a gift. One, it is just like you have a precious gift. For example, now if somebody gives you a gold or a diamond as a gift, and you know that this is gold or this is diamond, by default, everybody, no matter how careless you might be, I think that gift is precious. Even when you, for example, carelessly you kept it somewhere that you're not supposed to, subconsciously you just wake up and said, I think I didn't keep this thing properly. Why? Because you know that it has a special value. So that's how it is with our children. First thing is, if you realize that these children are gifts, yes, the truth of the matter, there are some people that do not see their children as gifts. Like I said, depending on the circumstances that child came to the world, for them, some people feel it was a mistake, it was not supposed to come, because some people feel that because of this child I am stuck with this man. Probably if I wasn't pregnant for him, I wouldn't have been in this marriage. So they tend to put those things to that child.
This child did not write letter to them
That I
to
want
have,
to
I
be
want to
born.
come through you.
Yes. Then some, probably at the time the child was born, at that time, things were so difficult. So they are not even interested in connecting with the child. They're just interested in surviving. They're just, all they want to do is to live and survive. So for them, that child is another partner somewhere. No. So it's actually easier to connect with your child when you first of all see that child as a gift. I'm saying this because this is what I know. But there are other people there that don't know it like that way. They feel that my duty to this child is to feed the child. As long as he's being fed, as long as I go out, I work and I put food on the table, as long as I clothe the child, that's all to it. But there is more to it, So how do you connect with your child? I've said one thing: when you begin to see that child as a gift, like we all know that the way we handle precious gifts, if some people value their phone, the value they put on their phone is even much more than the value they put on their children. So why? Because they feel that they spend so much money in buying that phone. So when we see our children as precious gifts, it's always very easy to connect with them. Then the second major one, when you also see your children as human beings. I keep hammering that your children are human beings because they have the five senses. When a child puts his hand in fire, that child will be burnt and you feel the pain. So a child, no matter, irrespective of the age, he's still a human being. He still have the five senses. So he can react to everything. He reacts to smell, he reacts to sight and everything. So when you take that child as a human being like you, it's always very easy to relate.
And I've come to understand that a child is actually always a child, no matter the race, no matter the color.
Yeah.
I've been opportune by the grace of God to travel to other parts of the world where maybe you have children that are white. You just discover that their behavior is not different from the black child's behavior.
Yeah.
So whatever they become, whatever they now carry in their minds in their later years, it is a function of what they have been taught. Yeah. For instance, when you have people that hate, children that hate, children that are kind of racist and things like that, they were never born racist.
Yeah.
They were taught.
Yeah.
So what you teach them will also determine how drawn they are to you as their parents, how close they are to you as their parents. Because when you are teaching a child to be hateful because you hate the other person, you want your child to hate the other person, you're already sowing the seed of hate in that child. Somewhere along the line, you start reaping what you have sown in the child. Which means if you want your child to be the loving child that will love the parents, that will be close to the parents, the first thing first is to put in that child, invest love in that child. Help that child to be the child that love, instead of coming home, somebody offend you, and you want your child to fight your battle. No, your child should not be used to fight your battle. Otherwise, that child will be battle fighting child, and you can become the next victim
Yeah.
of that child's battle fighting lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, so we are going to be diving more into this issue. But before we continue, I want to ask that you like, you share, you comment. Your comments can be used in our next episode. We can bring your whatever question you ask, we can bring it to the next episode and discuss it for your benefit. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. So there are things we actually need to do to our children that will help them to be connected to us. Mrs. Uche, we're still coming back to you for your last word. How did you connect with your children? Because I know you are very much connected with your children.
Okay, let me first of all start
Both
by...
the boy and the girl, you are connected. How?
Let me start by saying the benefits of connecting to your children. One, you have peace. You have a friend. And it will also come back to you at your old age, you know, and it is a bond that cannot be broken. Now, that's the benefit. You have peace, that you have a friend in your children, and they will always come back to you. Now, how do you connect? I'll just start from pregnancy. The connecting with your children starts from pregnancy. How you carry through pregnancy. I learned something when I was growing. I think I read a book that it says you can talk to your unborn child, you know.
Of course.
So the connection starts from there. Then the connection starts from while breastfeeding. What I'm trying to say is that the connection actually starts from the foundational age. That is between pregnancy and the age of let me just say, if I want to put age, probably the age of 6. If you don't connect at that point, you won't be able to connect later. You know, there are some people that, because of work, they had to get a nanny, put their children on daycare. It doesn't actually mean with that you cannot connect. Even the few times you have with your children, what are you doing? Do you discuss? You know, I saw a child that I have practically told some parents, please learn to hug your children. Hug them. You know, some people, I can tell you, if you take a census, there are some parents today, they've never hugged their children. They never even experience it in their life, so they don't know how to do it. Bodily touch have a way of bonding you with your children. I was saying in a program somewhere where I went to, I said I was backing my daughter up to the age of 6, not because not really proper backing, but for body contact. We love it. We play games. They climb on my body. You understand? But that does not say that there's no boundaries. But it has a way of bonding. Physical contact has a way of bonding you with your children. Expressing your anger in love is also a way of bonding. When they are wrong, express your anger, but in love. Point out things. When they do well, celebrate their strength. So these are the ways we
To
bond with
bond
our
with
children.
them.
I'm saying that it starts from pregnancy, what you say into them when you are breastfeeding up to a particular age. If you miss it at that early stage, it is always very difficult because at a particular stage, they've already started seeing you as my mom. You know, mom in the sense that you are here and I'm there. There are certain things I cannot tell you because you are my mom. But when they begin to see you as a friend, I can tell you everything. So there are two things. They see you as a mom, it means that you are a superior being.
A kind of covering.
Yes, you are a
over
superior
them.
being. I can't tell you some of the things. No, I can't talk to my mom like that. But when they see you, not just a mom, but a friend, they can tell you everything.
Everything.
And when your children are able to tell you everything, it gives you peace. It gives them peace. There's nothing like pressure, peer pressure, which is out there. So when there are pressure out there, the first person
They come home and tell
is
you.
you.
So you'll be able to kind of give them the right advice.
Yes, no,
you know.
irrespective of everything. You know, a lot of children are into drugs and all that
When
because
somebody is trying to introduce them to drugs, they will
they
come back
tell
home
you
and tell
because
you. Yeah.
they cannot relate with you, and even when they do that, you yourself cannot relate with them. So because you have a listening ear, irrespective of what they are telling you, you are there to listen and you don't criticize them.
Yes.
You are
You
just
don't
there
condemn them. You
as
empathize with
they are
them.
party for life. So I advise that parents should please learn to connect. Physical contact is very important with children. It has its place. Your hugs, your kiss, your pegs, and all that, it has its place in bonding you and your children.
You know, when you say to them, you keep using the word your hug. You know, there is need for parents to always tell their children, I love you.
Yeah.
You're on a full conversation with them. You are ending the call. You know, you should always use the word, I love you.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about my eldest brother's wife. There's no time I talk to her on the phone. She's ended the phone. She will always say, Mama D, I love you.
Yes.
You understand? And she does that to everybody. I
And
love
it
you.
builds confidence
Yes.
in your children. Yeah.
So it's very important that we listen to them. We empathize with them. We play with them. Play together with your children. Be available. And don't be distracted when it comes to time with them. Don't be distracted, you know. Eat meals together. It's
Yeah.
very important. You know, one thing I keep, my mom just passed. My mom is still in the mortuary even as I'm doing this edition. Yeah. We've not buried her.
Condolence.
Yes, she died at 102 anyway. She's old, but she never looked that age.
Extra time.
Yes, she did. And we enjoyed that extra time. But the thing is that for the past few years, the past 2 years, I was always going to Benin to spend my Christmas and New Year, at least 3 weeks with her.
Yeah.
And I make sure those days, if I discover that she even enjoy it when we eat from the same plate.
Yeah.
I make sure I eat from the same plate with her, and I see that she enjoyed it. And I also I enjoyed eating with her from the same plate, you know, and create parent-child rituals. There are things that should be just you and your child alone.
Yeah.
There should be language that should be for you and your child alone. There should be a way you communicate with your mother, your child, that is different from every other person.
Yeah.
There should be pet words, you know, pet names that you have for your children. Boost their morale, make them feel, build their self-esteem by the way you relate with them. You discover that you become the one they cannot do without.
Yes.
I remember some time ago, one of my friends was here for she was in my house for prayer retreat, and she discovered that my daughter would call me every now and then, every now and then, and she said, you and this your child, you are friends, so
Yeah.
look at the way you talk. Every little minute she has called. Every day. I call her my monitoring spirit safe because she's always, mommy, you know, little thing, mommy. So she knows practically where I am part time. Yes, she's not living in the same country with me. Yet she knows more about me than even people that are around me because of the cause of the discussions. Every little thing we want to tell each other. Something happened. People will even have this feeling that anything you tell this one must hear them. You know, things like that. So parents, you must try as much as possible to be friends with your children. The benefit is enormous, and you are the one that will be you are the one to gain from that parent-child relationship that is cordial. Don't forget that you have been with the conversation with PD and friends. Don't forget to like, share, leave your comments on the comment section in the YouTube channel. If it is necessary, we will bring your question up as a topic in our next edition. So remain blessed. Bye bye.